welcome to day 5. Today's focus is grace and letting divine grace into our lives. And the oil of divine grace is one of my favorite Arbor Vitae, amazing and woody. Oh, I love this so much. So as you know, if you don't know by now, you take a couple drops of your carrier oil, take a drop of your essential oil, rub together, take 3 deep inhales. Another one. Again, if you don't have this oil, you can simply take 3 deep breaths to start. I like to rub the rest on my neck, on the bottoms of my feet. Then I also put another little drop in my diffuser, right over here. So put a little drop in your diffuser. Then please come and lie down on your back. Knees bent, Urdhva Shavasana, with your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your tummy. One of my favorite teachers, Pema Chodron, talks about grace. So I'm going to tell you what she says. As you listen to my words, feel your body arrive on the mat. You can close your eyes and start to practice this abdominal thoracic breath we've been doing for the last 4 days as you inhale into your low belly, into your ribs, and into your heart, and then exhale belly, exhale ribs, and exhale heart. So continue breathing like that. Pema Chodron talks about grace as the moment when we can rejig our perspective around failure as a simple mistake, and that mistake is a portal to our growth. And part of reaching that perspective is knowing that what we are experiencing in the moment is just a sliver of the big picture. So as you lie here, really breathe into your back body to connect with something far more expansive and knowledgeable than you. And we'll focus on some heart openers today and start to put together what we've been learning for the last 4 days, starting with some really nice hip circles. Letting the joints in your hips wake up. Then bringing the legs together, bringing your arms wide into a cactus position. So elbows in line with your shoulders, hands in line with your face. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your knees over to the left just until they hover. Inhale, bring them back. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, hover, move the pillow out of the way. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Now as your knees go to the right, imagine your belly button moving towards the left and come back to center. Again, going for one more on each side, down and over to the other side, lower back, moving towards the mat. Then lift both legs up and give your ankles some nice rotation. And here you can even hold the top of your mat and pull the top of the mat apart as you engage your core and slowly start to lower your right leg down. Inhale, lift it up. And lower your left leg down. And reach it back up. Right and back up. I always love to start with some core. Left and back up. Then lower both legs down. Go to just where you can and lift back up. And then lower down and lift back up. Then on your next one, lower down, bring your arms up in your head. Now you can stay here, but if you can, really pull that low belly in, bring the lower back to the floor, and then start to rock. And this is another Jill Miller invention called This Pose Rocks. This pose really rocks in a kind of torturing yourself rock kind of way. And then rock all the way up. Big inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, round back. Inhale, lift up. And back. Good, turn on over onto all fours. My favorite thing to do after core work is spinal extension and flexion, also known as cat and cow. Then lower yourself down onto your elbows. Here, turn your palms up, thumbs moving towards the outside as much as you can. If that's too hard, you can have the outside edges of your hands. Try to externally rotate your shoulders as much as possible. Then, lift your hips up. Lift up and up and up. See if you can walk your feet forward. Hold here. Hold here, hold here, hold here. Breathing here for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Then start to slide forward into a plank and hold here for another 10. You can bring your knees down if you want, but if you can, lift them back up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your head down. 3 deep breaths here. And squeeze your legs together. Come up onto your elbows. Then bend your right knee. Reach back and find your right ankle. Lengthen your tailbone back. Now the key here is to move your rib cage back and your tailbone back. Then you can gaze forward. So nice in the shoulder. We're getting some shoulder extension here. Keep lengthening back. This softens so much tension for me. Release. My favorite move, we've done this once already this week. Bring your right elbow down, turn your face to the left, then slowly start to bring your left leg back. You can keep both legs up. You can even bend, however you can get a stretch to the side as well as onto your pecs. Okay. On your front now, see if you can lift your wrists, lift your arms, lift your head. Lower your head, lower your elbows, lower your wrists. Again, lift your wrists, elbows, head. Lower your head, lower your elbows, lower your wrists. Last one, wrists, elbow, head. Lower down, head, elbows, wrists. And come back up onto your elbows, Sphinx pose. Take a moment, pull your heart forward and your ribs back. And bend your left leg, reach back and grab it with your left hand. Breathing here for at least 15 seconds. Every time we're able to see life as a teaching tool that's happening for us, instead of a problem that's happening to us, that's when grace is stepping in. And slowly release. And same thing other side, left elbow comes down. I turn my head to the right and start to wiggle my right hip over my left. And then press on up, come back to center this time. Come all the way up onto all fours. And again, another favorite, right leg back, right arm arcs, open up to the side of the body. And inhale, use your core to pull yourself up other side. So good. Pull in and go right to the other side. Side stretch is so nice for our side body, for our lungs. Inhale. Use your core to pull up and reach. And come down. Sit onto your flexed toes here. Pull your ribs back. We'll do 2 back bends today. The first one, you can have your hands on your low back, lift your head, your heart up to the sky. Keep your chin in, because we will strengthen this front part of our throat. Lifting your heart up, up, up. Core is very engaged. Bend your knees a little. And inhale, come forward, sit onto your toes. Hands turn up in Mukti Mudra to receive the benefits of this back bend. Good, another one, come up. This time a few times, simply bend your knees. This is getting our quads ready and engaged. Second back bend, option to have your hands at your low back, or if you can find your heels, lift your chest up, keep your chin in, and keep drawing your shoulders back, core in, and think of your heart going up rather than back. For 2. And 1, use your core strength to gather yourself forward and sit. This time, stretch through your toes. And come all the way onto your back. Roll down, slowly. Pull your knees in, right ankle hooks on top of your left knee. Pulling your left knee towards you, pushing your right knee away. And when you're ready, let the right heel and the left heel come down to the floor, pushing the right knee away from you. Inhale, come back. And switch. So good. My glutes get really tight. It feels great. Release. Let your right knee and your left heel come down. Inhale, come back. Elbows between your knees. Pull your heels wide. Holding you here for 5, 4. Pull your knees down, lengthen your tailbone. 3, 2, and 1. Lay on to your back. And enjoy the benefits of the practice. Feel your forehead soften. Feel the tingling in your hands. Softness and ease around your face. You're welcome to stay here for a bit longer, or slowly move your body and get up for the rest of your day. Thank you for sharing the practice. Namaste.